Good day, I am Ryan Lopez from BSA2J, and today I will present my marketing research. The title of my research is Rice Production and Marketing Practice in Valencia City Public Market. And now we will go to the introduction. Rice is one of the most important crops not only because it is staple food of the majority of the people, but also it provides source of income in large chain and stakeholders on the demand of supply sides. Rice industry includes more than 3 million farmers and their families, thousands of traders, millers, retailers, individuals employed and production, processing of marketing of its related product. Rice is also the most extensive grown crops in the country, planted in about 30% of the total agricultural area harvested. For 2 million families, rice farming is the source of overall half of the household income. In addition, millions of landless farm workers and 10,000s of merchants indirectly depend on rice on living. And now let's go to the rice production practice in the Philippines have been continually changing over time, mainly due to new technologies and government programs that evolve to meet the dynamic challenges that needs of Filipinos. Most pressing among these needs are our growing population that has to feed with the staple food, with the clamor of test reduction measures to make rice farming profitable for most farmers. According to Bautista and Javier, 2004, rice production and technologies either directly increase yield or affect production cost. According to Philippine Statistics Authority, rice production in the country grew by 2.2% annually from 16.68 million metric tons in 2001 to 18.15 million metric tons in 2015. The peak of production was noted in 2014. Area harvested expanded by 0.212 million hectares by 2011 to 2015. Likewise, yield improved from 3.68 metric tons per hectare in 2011 and 3.9 metric tons per hectare in 2015 in Bukidnon, and the number of people continues to decrease. The majority of the recommended to stay at home. Next is the methodology. The researchers conducted the study at Valencia City Bukidnon Public Market. It was chosen as a location of the research because its number of population and location that is suited upon the span of time that the researchers had for data gathering. Also, the location was limited only 3 respondents because of data in the study needed to come from people who experience or observe the problem about the marketing practices and production. And now we will go in the research and discussion. This chapter presents, interprets, and analyzes the results of the study. The first part deals with the perspective of the farmers, wholesalers, and retailers towards their marketing strategies. The second part describes the factors and difficulties in marketing the selected commodity, and the last part discusses the implication of the result of the study based on the finding of the study. And now we will go to the answers of our respondent. The respondent 1 stated, I use various chemicals such as herbicide and pesticide as way of management practices. The respondent 2 stated that it should be high price than the supplier price to make a profit higher. Always look on consumers usually buy or looking for. And lastly, the respondent 3 asked that selling in high price to make a bigger profit is usually enough to the consumer's satisfaction. Summary of findings and conclusion. Summary of findings. The findings of the study, which seeks to examine the respondents about their problems of marketing practice. Conclusion. To sum it all, marketing margins stays largely constant, with the result that the retail price fluctuates percentage-wise much less than the farm gate price. Its fixity of market margins seems to indicate that strong market competition leaves little of room of middlemen to manipulate the prices, and hence prevent their margins from deviating significantly above the sum of the market cost and normal profit. Although the shares of marketing margin and profit in consumers' peso appear rather modest, middlemen, especially large paddy traders of rice mills, can earn large total incomes and profit if they are able to collect large amount of paddy and achieve sufficient high utilization rates of their fixed capital and entrepreneurship. They thus compete one another strongly for hauling and processing as much paddy as sell as much rice, and possibly with thin margin. This study was able to know the different marketing practices of farmers, marketing practices of wholesaler and retailer. Rice is produced by millions of small farmers across the developing world, and is important to the many handless workers to derive their income from working from these farms. Wholesalers and retailers meet the highest demands of quality and streamlined supply chain, and directly reflects saving for the consumers. The source and the supplies are of rice globally, and offering the best price, best quality, and best option for packaging the delivery, including the variety of bulk rice.